Don't look at my life, y'all. I don't know why it was backwards. I wanted to take a moment. I know that we were going to go live today and be able to share with you how I start my day. And let's see, hang on, I'm going to share this to our group. Hey, Dawn, I see you. Let me know you can hear me okay. Hang on. Okay. I'm listening to myself in the background. Okay. And I'm going to put this in an event. That's a tag people thing. We're just going to go with that. I'll add that later. Alright. Sorry it's still early for me at the moment. No, I used to get up at like 7 a.m. So this is a new normal, and I can't tell you how much I need this in my life right now, because the past week I have not had a norm, and we are so structured and because I was running a business, taking care of my husband full time, homeschooling. I would say taking care of the farm animals, but they're pretty manageable because they're birds and they do their thing. So I wanted to walk you through a few little things that I use to kind of help me keep on track. And I'm drinking my water because I make myself drink a glass of water every morning because I get headaches, especially in the mornings. So I apologize for drinking on this live, but it's very important to my morning routine. So the first thing, and this will all be in the blog tomorrow, so if you need links or anything at all, it's jam-packed. It's already done. I wrote it last night and I'm super happy with it. It kind of got me started on the right foot to be able to do this, because honestly I've been super nervous about doing this, especially because I'm not in my norm, but I'm creating a new normal and I needed this for my day. So first, this is just a 4-step process, super simple, but it can be very detailed, and each of the steps are very jam-packed with wholesome things that are going to help you start your life with intention. And first, you're going to start with values. Now, at the beginning of the month, I did a blog on personal values. I will link that here, as well as the one to the Dream Board Challenge, because that is step 2. All right, so number 1 is personal values. You can have personal values, you can have family values, and you can have relationship values, so that's marriage values. So in our family, we had all 3, and I shared all of those with you guys, but I'll share my personal values with you since I'm talking about my personal time at the moment. But this is going to set you up and your family up to make sure that you're prioritizing your time, making sure that you're not wasting time doing things that don't matter, that don't add value to your family, and things that really matter to you. And they're all subjective, so it's not something like my values are not going to be your values. Thank you, Leanne. My values are not going to be parallel to anyone. They might be, a few of them we might have in common, but these are things that are just near and dear to my heart and important to me. These are not my marriage values. This is not my family values. I will share a couple of those with you, but I don't have those written down. My personal values are intentional growth. So I need to make sure that every day I'm intentionally growing. I need to make sure that I'm spending time with God. I need to make sure that I'm intentional about how I spend my time throughout my day. Before, we were very structured and had a whole lot of very small time gaps for things, and so I have a whole lot more time on my hands right now, but I'm trying to figure out how to manage that to be productive and to be able to achieve the goals that I have. But being intentional means that I'm also listening to inspirational things, making sure that I keep positive things in my life. That way I can stay on task. I'm also seeing myself, like, at the time you guys are seeing me, my hands are just moving like crazy. So I apologize for talking with my hands. My second value is me time. So making sure that I have time journaling, making sure that I have time writing. And our blog and our Instagram is an outlet of that. And so I'm really happy that I get to share that. It's not just mine, I get to share it with you guys. So I'm so happy that I get to do that. Creativity, which, if you've read anything about me, one of my goals is that I'm creative, but I have to be rested and motivated in order to be creative. So making sure that I'm intentional about getting rest. And that way I can stay motivated and I can be creative, because that's when I do my best work. My fourth one is organizational systems, which I'm going to share more with you about later on. I'm not sure what time I'll be live, but I'll be going into more detail about some of the tools and resources that I use, and you guys can purchase those if you like. I'll have links available for those tomorrow, and then I'll also put them in the live from that, but they're really awesome systems. And then I'm also developing business systems, and just kind of like a new spin off of a to-do list. I feel like a to-do list, you mark it off and then you forget you've done it. Like, you're proud for a moment, but you don't get to celebrate. So that's important to me, to make sure that we celebrate being in the present and being able to move forward and being grateful for where we are. My fifth one is friendship, and this one is a big one for me because I don't have a lot of people in my community right now as far as local, and I have one amazing friend, which you guys all know and love, Kenzie, and then we have family and extended family within driving distance. But friendship is very important, and even being able to use apps like Marco Polo, and being able to FaceTime or text or just share with my JPF family, because I just feel like you guys are my friends. I mean, I've never met you, but you mean as much to me as I do to you, and I want you to know that, and I feel your love and prayers through the season of our lives. So I think that you have to start with your values. And these are values that probably don't change very frequently. You might have more values, you might have less values, but your time spent should reflect what you value. All right, so next is, and I'm gonna go till I'm blue in the face about this dream, this Start Today journal. So the Start Today journal was made by Rachel Hollis, and it's an incredible tool. And you don't have to purchase the journal. She sold out of them. She only made a limited quantity of them. But I have the podcast linked in the blog tomorrow, and it goes through how to do this. It's only a chapter. That's all that it is. It's just one chapter, and it walks you through the process. It's going to help you say, like, I'm my best version of me. Hi, Teresa. And it's going to help you create what your life looks like in 10 years. How do you want to achieve your goals? I also went through this past week on the blog. If you want to catch up on that one, it's the DIY Start Today Challenge. We turned it into a dream board, and we were live with you and got to share kind of our hopes and dreams. And then making those dreams and what you want your life to look like in 10 years a reality. So you're going to make that into 10 visions, 10 things that you're doing to make that happen. Now, with that, you're going to be writing them in present tense, which sounds crazy, because these are things that are going to happen in the next 10 years, but you want to make sure that you're writing them in as if you're living that life already, which, again, sounds crazy, but I totally believe that she made her dreams happen simply because she already believed that they were planted in her. And, God's outside of time, and so everything that you were meant to do, you're going to do, but you have to figure out how to do it. That's my thing. All right, so what you're going to do in the Dream Challenge, even if you don't have this, like I said, it's on the podcast. She walks you through the entire journey, and it's incredible. If you don't know who Rachel Hollis is, I'm sure you've heard of her book, Girl Wash Your Face. We won't get into a debate of agreement or disagreement, but I think that this tool is incredible. So, she starts her morning out and reflects on things that she's grateful for. So 5 things that you're grateful for, 5 things you've already accomplished, 5 things that you can just make yourself like reflect and celebrate, just like I was talking about the to-do list, making sure to celebrate those moments that you already have to be thankful for. So I might get crazy and start doing this with you right now, just because I think that it's really, really, really important. I was doing this every day until we lost Joel last week, and I kind of fell off the bandwagon, and I've just given myself grace through that. So I'll walk you through this. I'm going to do 5 things I'm grateful for, and I do not have this planned, so bear with me. All right, and then we'll get on to the dreams, and then your dreams stay the same till you accomplish them. All right, so today I am grateful for I'm going to say blogging and our JPF family, because I feel like you guys, even just being here with me, shows me support and allows me to be able to get back on track. Because if I didn't have this accountability, I probably wouldn't do it. I'd probably just be like, what's the point? So my JPF family, just being able to have that as an outlet. So I have that. My number 2 is going to be trips out with my boy. Oops, I'm not even paying attention. Out with my boy. Freddie and I haven't been able to get out a lot the past few months, and this past week we've been able to take, just fly by the seat of our pants. So that's been a new adventure. It's been different and less predictable and more flexible. So I'm happy that we get to do that, and I'm trying to cherish those moments. So getting out to eat and trying things new, taking him to Starbucks for the first time. He's had Starbucks, but he's never walked into Starbucks, so I think that was really neat. I'm gonna put, and beside that, I'm gonna put like car talks. I feel like we have good car talks, and I feel like our car talks are not limited only to the car now. Like, I feel like we are bonding more, we have more time. My focus is on him right now, making sure that he's good, and we have lots of laughter, and I'm very thankful for him. So number 3, I'm gonna put family support, because I have felt my family support. We had a lot of people, and this goes for friends too, but I feel like that's the same thing. So, because I consider them family. We had a lot of people. We had a friend of Joel's who I had never met before, to my knowledge, that drove from Colorado to come to his party on Monday. So that was awesome. I feel like that I had support that I've never had before. So that was really special to me. Number 4, what I'm grateful for. Oh, the cat is in the closet at the moment, dropping things out, trying to get dog treats. This is real life, y'all. I'm going to put our garden, even though it's not something that is currently happening. We don't know where we're going to be or where we're going to go, and but I'm excited because I have all of these things that people brought instead of traditional flowers that die, that smell. Sorry, I love flowers, but I like them outside. But they die, and I can't keep them alive, and they need to be rooted. And so we had everyone bring seeds or garden knickknacks, and we have a huge bucket over there full of things, and I can't wait to get out there and garden, because that's one of my therapeutic things. I may not have a green thumb, but I enjoy it. I love yard work. I just feel in touch with nature, and I feel like God slows me down and speaks to me in those moments. You guys are crazy kitties. You can't see them. I'm sure one's about to come over here on me. And then number 5, I'm going to put Sundays, because I love being able to watch church from home right now in this season. That was what we did as a family every Sunday. And so we're going to watch church at 11, and I'm excited to be able to do that with my boy and continue that. Alright, 10 dreams I made happen. So these are dreams that honestly I haven't made happen yet, but I have to write them in present tense. And you'll get the hang of it in a minute. Okay, so my first one, and it's the same 10 dreams every day. The grateful things can be different day to day. But your 10 dreams, so my 10 dreams are I am, and they can switch up the wording a little bit, but pretty much you want them to stay the same. So I am an exceptional, I feel like y'all are like reading my mail right now. This is like my quiet time, so feel privileged, please, that I'm letting you into the space. I am an exceptional wife, and while to the outside and to the appearance that might look different now, I'm still an exceptional wife, and it looks different in a means of what I have to do as a wife. It may not be, hi Max. It might not mean that I'm caring physically for my husband, but making sure that his legacy and his story gets told, making sure that I make him proud and step into this place in our business and in our ministry. I'm just happy to get to share that, and if I were to let that go, that would disappoint him, and I wouldn't be an exceptional wife. So what am I doing to be an exceptional wife today? If I say it, sorry, kitty, if I say it as if that's what I am presently, hi Kelly, then I believe and I'm going to do something to make it happen. So I'm currently living that. It's not a hope that just gets wasted on, it's a wish. So the cat is currently watching me on the screen on my computer, and he's really confused. It's quite hilarious. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. I am an understanding mom. Now, most of you know that we adopted a teenager from foster care. Understanding mom. And I think that takes a whole lot of understanding and care and support that's on his level. Oh, now he's trying to hit me in the face. Thanks, kitty. And so making sure that I'm loving or understanding or whatever he needs in that moment is most important. So I'm an understanding mom is my second one. My third one is I am an encouraging friend. And that one kind of switches up. Sometimes I put loving, but I always love, like, my friends love to come to me to tell me news because I would always get super excited and celebrate with them, and I always want to be that. Like, even in, he's trying to pet my face now, even when I'm in my darkest storm, in my darkest days, I want my friends to come to me and know that I'm there and encouraging them and loving them in a way that only Lauren can do. So that's really special to me. I am a thoughtful leader. So this is kind of in our ministry, in something that I'm doing, whether it's talking and collaborating with our vendors or our guest bloggers or my team as it grows here at JPF, just being a thoughtful leader, making sure that I'm not boss lady, making sure that I'm a team player, and making sure that I'm leading with intention and not just leading because I have a position or a title. So that's really important to me. All right, next is I am an authentic business owner, and I feel like this is not very well said. Okay, kitty, no, we're not going to keep petting my face. Authentic business owner. I want my JPF family to know how much I care about them, that I'm able to invest in them, and that's why we blog and we do all of these things that are free and resourceful and tools that help you grow your family and yourself. I want to make sure that I'm authentic in that, and I'm not trying to just make a dime. Making sure that you guys know that those things are important to me. And then we bought a bed and breakfast. And I went through some of these the other day, so I apologize if this is redundant. But it's in a different context. Bought a farm, B&B. I've always wanted to own a bed and breakfast. Oh no, he was up before me, Kelly. He had breakfast already. I have not. He's keeping me together. We bought a farm B&B. I want to have a farm bed and breakfast, run the market through that, be able to hold retreats at that for mamas who are wanting to run businesses and become entrepreneurs, and then doing things for marriage and family and all of these wonderful things we do live. I want to do live, for real live. Okay. Thanks, Sandy. Alright, so... Alright, my podcast. Alright. This one is... I don't know why this one scares me most, but probably because it's the most new. So my podcast inspires, equips, and empowers listeners. So I want to be able to do all of those things. That's for sure, Kelly. All right, my podcast inspires, equips, and empowers listeners. That's what I want it to do. Again, I do not have a podcast right now, but it's something that I want to do in the next 10 years, probably sooner than later. So, I am growing and intentional, or I'm intentional and growing. I don't know why I switched that up. I've never switched that one up. Intentional and growing. And that means I'm sitting here doing this with you. Like, this is a part of that. So being intentional about my day, keeping these things constantly in front of myself will allow me to achieve those things. And then leader. Oh, I am rested, motivated. Yes, I am rested, motivated, and creative. Trying to make sure I don't miss any comments. And then the last one is going to be my organizational systems rock, which again, I'm going to be live later to tell you about those. My organizational systems rock. Okay. Now, after you write out your 10 dreams, which again is in the all of the instruction is in the blog from earlier this week. It would have been out on Wednesday. Or Friday. My bad. Then you're going to focus on just one. And you might be like, what? But I feel like there's a season. And you're going to have to focus on just one thing. Naturally, these things are going to follow. So, right now, mine is organizational systems. It has been understanding mom at times. I've switched up a little. But, I am going to be my organizational. So this is what I'm doing today. Systems rock. I don't have all of these nailed down. They aren't perfect. But being able to share them with you, again, holds me accountable so that I can do them. All right, I'm going to go through a couple more things with you real quick. This is the gratitude journal. If you decide that you want to use your own journal for something like this, this is great. This is another fun tool. It was in our newsletter this month, and it's 3 things that you're thankful for in the date, and it goes week by week. It's really, really sweet. It's in a link in there as well, but you can get one of these off of Amazon. They're not expensive. They're super sweet. If you just want to start out with something simple instead of all of the dreams, this is a great way to start your day. It's like $5 or $6. It's really, really sweet. We've done 2 giveaways for that this week. But I always want to start with my values, making sure that everything that I do reflects those values, that I don't compromise my time on things that are important. That's number 1. Number 2 is intentional, daily intention. So this would be my daily intention. This is what I'm sitting down doing. I have some other systems that I do, and I go into more detail. I do a devotional with my son, and it's not that there's anything special, particular about this devotional, but this, coupled with this, which is his journal, has allowed me to get into his head and be able to help him understand the love of Jesus more than anything else. We can talk about things maybe that we're not able to talk about out loud. If you have a child who may be older, 7, 8, 9 on up, this is a great thing to implement, and we do this daily, and he gets mad at me when I fall off the bandwagon because he's like, you haven't done my devotional. So it's really important, I think, to be able to grow with them spiritually, and I count this as my quiet time. So it's a win-win situation. I'm getting time in the Word, I'm learning things, and I'm learning with him. So I do that every morning, and I won't walk you through that at the moment. And then there's something called the 1 Line a Day Journal. I haven't put this in the blog yet for tomorrow, but I'm going to because I think this is really important. This is something we sat down to do as a family recently. And it has, so a friend of mine told me about this, so it has 5 years worth, and every day you just write down one thing that happened for that day. And you can each write something down, like something positive, but I thought this was really cool. So this is like a 5-year journal, and you just write something down, so then when you go back and look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, look how much we've grown. So that's a really neat tool. And then this guy, and yeah, you can see how I fell off right here. This is me. All right, so I'm going to pick back up today on the 27th, and I'm going to start filling this guy in. Okay, so this is the habit tracker, and part 3 are going to be routine. So this is a daily routine. This is mapped out by month, and we sell these guys. We partnered with this vendor who created this, and we've made it a friendly competition between Freddie and I of who has the most blocks filled in. Joel was in it too as well. So so these are just small, tiny things that you might need to make habits daily that would allow you to reach the goals. They need to reflect the goals, but they can be stuff like making sure I have my glass of water in the morning. Check. Making sure I eat breakfast. Haven't done that, but making sure that I'm intentional about doing those things. Y'all, let's be for real. Look at this. This is my laundry right now. All of it's washed, but Lauren hates to put laundry up and to fold laundry. So making sure that I don't have any laundry at the end of the day is very important to me. And so I get to color in my block. And as you see, for a while, I didn't do any of that. So this is just something fun. You can make it a competition for the family. Freddie and I, whoever has the most gets to pick a fun family activity on the first of the following month. And then we go out and do that activity, and they get to pick whatever they want to eat, wherever they want to eat. So that will be fun. We're going to get back on the bandwagon today and forget that you know, this is our grace period. But we both, he's really, really into it because he's like, we need to get back on our habit trackers. He even has one that says habit tracker to make sure that he does his habit tracker for the day. I don't know if that should count or not, but I'm going to go over meal planning, how we do that later this evening. But this is just a 4-step process. So I am so glad that you guys tuned in. Thank you. This video will be live. It'll be live here regardless, but it will also be on the blog with all of the links and all of the things and all of the tools, along with bonus information about how I schedule for homeschooling and about wearing all the hats and making sure that you take time to be present. And I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that you found it inspirational. I hope I didn't leave anything out. But if I did, I'll see you guys later today after I have my quiet time and Freddie's quiet time. And I'll show you how to meal plan and how we plan our week.